This is one of my favorite questions people ask about mediation. They say, when is the best time to start? Do we have to wait until after we filed a lawsuit before we can start mediation for our divorce process? And the reason I love it is because it gets to the heart of what mediation is about. Mediation is about you controlling the outcome of your own divorce. So there are people who start the lawsuit first, bring it to the court, have it filed by, served by a marshal, and somebody receives papers and they're the defendant. And then we have strict timelines that the court puts in place and to which we have to adhere throughout the process. And that really works well in a case in which somebody is more reluctant to start the process. My favorite way, though, is when both parties want to mediate from the beginning. And in those cases, what we do is we meet. We don't file anything until we've met. And once we meet, we see how far we are from an agreement. We see which of the automatic orders might need to be put in place, and we can reach a temporary agreement that both parties sign, or we don't even have to. We can just start the mediation process. And when we have an agreement on all or most of the topics that matter, the parties bring it to individual review counsel, and we beat up that agreement. We make sure it's the best possible version for the parties before they sign it. And then once they sign it, that's when I prepare all of the court documents at once, all 20 of them if there are children, fewer if there are no children. The parties sign the agreement, the complaint, the request for it to be heard by the court, and everything else all at once. It's one document, one set of documents, all in one day. I file them with the court, I e-file them with the court, and it's usually about 2 weeks from when the parties finish their agreement until we get a ruling from the judge that your divorce is final. And that takes out the whole process of court dates and they're waiting for us and did we comply yet and do we have to meet in person? All of that is gone. The parties and the mediator control the outcome and the timing. So that's why there's no bad time to meet with your mediator and start the process.